Hello and welcome to Matt's B-Movie Reviews, a show that looks at cult films that may have escaped your radar. So as usual, I asked you which movie you wanted me to look at this time round. Everyone pretty much voted unanimously for Dark Soldiers. So let's not waste any more time and get stuck in. Here's the plot. A group of squatters go on a routine military exercise in the Scottish Highlands, and with only blanks they head out on their mission. However, things soon turn pear-shaped as they come across a mysterious group who've been wiped out by an unknown enemy. They manage to take refuge in a small cottage but soon find themselves cut off from civilization by creatures that howl in the night. Can these Brits survive and make it home in time for the footy match? Or are they simply expendable assets in a deadly game of cat and mouse? There's so much I actually want to say about this movie. I've been an absolute massive fan since I first saw this back in 2002, I believe. Has it been that long? I'm getting old. This was director Neil Marshall's debut feature, I believe, and hailed as one of the most explosive and purely original horror films since The Evil Dead. High praise indeed, but it does manage to live up to the promise that many films fail to deliver on. There's some truly great characters in this movie, starting off with Sean Pertwee's Sarge, who treats the squad like his own lads. Kevin McKidd's Cooper, who gives an exceptional performance as the heroic soldier who's coming to terms with his own position within the squad. All the way down to Joe the football mad gunner, and Spoonie, who's more than a little bit enthusiastic when it comes down to battle zones. The film is actually a perfect mix of horror and comedy. One minute you're laughing your head off at some over-the-top action sequence, the next you're mourning the death of a beloved character. That's an extremely hard line to walk, but it works beautifully in this feature film. One classic example of this is early on where the Sarge gets attacked and gets clawed straight across his stomach, only to have his guts hanging out of his body. Along comes Cooper, ignoring the Sarge's pleas to leave him because he's binned. Cooper simply states, "We'll just push him back in, Sarge." The Sarge then screams in agony, "Ah, they won't fit!" Great stuff, truly great stuff. Also, the amount of one-liners in this film is amazing, so get ready, here are some of my favourites. Little pigs, we've come to nick your video. Fetch! There is no spoon. Open your mouth, close your ears, mind your towels. Sausages! If Little Red Riding Hood turns up with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to chin the bitch. Absolutely love it. I might even have to go watch the film again right after I film this segment. Oh yeah, there's even the scene where Spoonie's barricading the front door again and one of the werewolf's claws comes through the letterbox and he repeatedly bashes it with a hammer. That has me in stitches every single time. I can honestly say I have never had a better cinematic experience than when I went to see this originally in cinemas. And yet it's still just as good as it ever was. Believe me. So I'm going to give this movie 5 stars out of 5. I recommend you go watch it right this second. Why are you still sitting there watching me? Go! Here's a link to the full movie here on YouTube, so you've got no excuses. Okay, so on to my next review. Since I've been accumulating DVDs faster than I can physically watch them, I think I'm going to pick 2 from my actual collection so I can kind of get the pile down. So it's a choice between the Poundland Special haunted horror film, No Tell Motel, It'll Scare the Life Out of You, apparently, or the crazy Japanese zombie film, Versus, which I first saw back at an all-night horror festival in Leeds, I believe, which was, again, probably about 10 years ago, so I'm getting old. Let me know which one floats your boat via the comments below or via my Facebook page as usual. Once again, thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time. I'm in the car, sorry.